Who would win in a fight? JayBee or Mark Marsh? Now, you're feeling confident. I know you are. Like, and obviously, like the elephant in the room,
Well,
you're just off the victory of a strongman competition. Like, you're the strongest man. But I've got a controversial take. I mean, am I to assume that you think that you'd spark me out? Is that the assumption?
what kind of fight are we talking about?
Is it
Boxing?
exactly that's what I was thinking.
Um,
Because of all your strongman
circle?
stuff,
Like,
I will concede you would thrash me in MMA, UFC, bloody arm
it
wrestling,
all depends on what type of fight we're doing. That's
Muay
the thing.
Thai, Kung Fu, you'd beat me. But I do believe that with the right training, if I get back to my skill set at 17, I think I've got a chance in a boxing match
So let's say we had 8 months to prepare
because
for a
of
boxing
agility.
match.
I think I could do it, man.
And 8 months.
I think I could do it. Like
Let's do a special event.
we could, you know what though? That's not impossible, right? Like we could spar,
I'll send
surely.
KSI a message saying, look, I need an undercard.
Like we could try that. I would try
I'll
sparring.
try that.
I think I would win. I reckon I could do it, you know.
One Mike Tyson punch.
Like that. I don't know what we're doing. This is weird. But like oh yeah, definitely though. Any other thing in boxing, yeah, I think you'd kill me. But we will see, maybe. Like, that's a funny question there. That is a funny question. I think we're answering this question a little bit late because was it not WrestleMania recently? We got a question. Do you watch WWE? If so, what fights are you excited for? So I don't know if that's like I don't know anything about WWE, so
So I haven't watched WWE in probably about 6 years now, so I haven't really been entwined to it. I do get some news feeds because of the whole Logan Paul with Rey Mysterio fight. I saw that when he beat Rey Mysterio. And then I obviously saw um when KSI got injured.
oh yeah, when he was in that Prime
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah, it was in that prime bottle. Or when KSI got the RKO, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, see,
And then they tried banning it
I don't
an
know
illegal move.
anything about WWE really. Like, my thing is, I know this is like the go-to. I just can't fathom myself being invested in a fake fight. And I know when people mention that, it's like, oh, but movies are scripted, movies are fake. And it's like, yeah, but I can't watch someone fly around in an Iron Man suit and save the world, you know? Like, there's no competitive for that in real life where I would watch it. Whereas if you think about WWE, it's like a fight. It's like, fighting stuff. And I'm like, there is a competitive for that that isn't scripted. And that's like MMA and boxing. And I love boxing, I'd watch any boxing match going, really. Like I've always got my DAZN subscription on the go, Sky Sports. Like the last boxing match that I watched, I think it was. Did you watch this one? Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. That was an interesting
I
matchup.
think I've watched that one now.
And then
I
coming
think
up,
I've gone off boxing for a while
Usyk, Fury.
I think since the YouTubers started doing their own thing and ruined boxing, I was really switched off from it. I feel like
Well,
it's like they turned it into a joke sport, so I just turned off
the
from.
thing is, I like crossover boxing last year a lot more because I feel like we got to the point with traditional boxing that there weren't the matchups being made that really should be made. Like we never really got any sparks of Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. It just wasn't happening. It was just matchups that were a bit of a joke. And if nothing else, crossover boxing provided like a little bit of entertainment when boxing was stale. But now that the Saudis have really kicked into gear, giving us stuff like Parker versus Zhang, you know, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, now I think this has been the best year so far for traditional boxing. And I do think that what we consider proper boxing really is coming back this year. Like, and they recently announced the Fury Usyk undercard, and there's some decent fights in that, you know. So yeah, I am excited for boxing actually. Like, I know that this is a WWE question, but I'm really excited for boxing. So that's the
Yeah.
kind of fighting that I'm more into
Like
watching.
I will get back into watching wrestling at some point, but it's like boxing, I just switched off from now. MMA is just if it's on, I'll sit down and watch it. F1 on the weekend, I'll watch that. But it's like, yeah, I will have to get back in the wrestling. I haven't seen like 6 years. I only saw like the highlights of like the RKO and the Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio for the belt, and then Logan Paul trying to sell the belt.
I like other sport like tennis. I love tennis.
Really?
I love
See,
tennis. Bro,
tennis
I
is it? I don't
anything one on
understand
one.
it.
No, like okay, Wimbledon, it's gone a bit stale.
Imagine at least if I watch tennis at home, I could fall asleep comfortable on my chair.
No, like
If I go
Katie
see tennis
Bolter
live, I'm falling asleep
winning
on an uncomfortable chair like this.
Katie Bolter winning the regional was one of my most exciting moments of like sports this year. And I think she's fantastic. Like I think she's gonna be like well, she's already done great stuff, but I think she's like a future legend of the sport. It's weird. I can't get into stuff that's like team versus team, like football or rugby. But when it's one person versus one person, I'm kind of more engaged. So yeah, tennis.
No, I couldn't watch
Tennis.
tennis. No, it's like football. It's just a bunch of grown men kicking a ball around and getting paid millions.
I don't really watch men playing tennis, to be fair. That doesn't sound right. It's not for, look, no.
You just want to hear those noises.
See, that's slander, that is. I don't know. Right, well, let's kick into gear with another question that may be a bit more serious. Because I feel like I'm being rumbled and accused and I'm not appreciating it. Um,